I know. But now, you see, yeah, it's okay for now. It's okay for right now. Because now, for the first time, you're being put inside like a pressure cooker. Huh? And you're cooking. You understand? You're cooking. You're going to feel it everywhere. Like I said before, if you come to a place, into a hospital, a place where they're cleaning you up, and you don't feel that you have to fight against your ego, the ego doesn't like to get cleaned up. Some people, Shaykh Efendi says, you clean with just a tissue paper. Some people, they say you have to use a Brillo. You know Brillo? Scouring pad. You have to steel wool. You have to. Depends. Maybe today is simple for us. Maybe next year is going to be very difficult. Tariqat is always up and down, up and down. Everything is changing.
So it's okay if the person has completely different mentality?
It's okay. Now, it's okay to be completely different. In this place, it is welcoming to everyone. Now, as long as you are not going to take the rights of others, and I'm going to decide what is that too. It's not just because you are, right now, we're making zikr, but you decide to go out there to make some karate. A person is going, he take my rights because he's doing karate. Who cares? During the zikr, you are supposed to concentrate on the zikr and not look at anything can happen. You're going to look to the one who is leading the zikr. So, when you are fighting, when you're not feeling too comfortable, this is when the medicine is taking effect on you. Okay? Sometimes when we are very sick, sometimes when we are very, very, very sick, the medicine that we're going to take, first, our whole body maybe is going to reject it, correct? It's not liking it. So, those things happen in the spiritual way as well. Everyone here, every one of us, this is a crazy hospital, we're all sick, we get different treatments. There are some maybe, I'm saying, okay, you're going to help. You're like a nurse. Some is like assistant. You're going to look to those ones, you're not going to look at everyone. Maybe someone who comes in and he is even more crazy than you, then he's going to now, start to do certain things. Hey, you're not crazy. I've seen more crazy. This is nothing.
I think so. These days I am on the top.
It's okay. You see, Ramazan is meaning that it burns you. When you are being burned, you're going to feel some pain. It's not going to be real if you don't feel it. It's not going to be real. If you are finding everything is nice and easy and 100% beautiful, we say very good, congratulations. Please stay that way for a while because it's just honeymoon. It's a honeymoon period. It will pass. Well, the honeymoon is not real too. It's necessary, but it's going to pass. And now you have some work that you have to do. Inshallah. May that work be easy, inshallah rahman. So just be easy. No one has a right now to tell anyone. I've said this before. No one has the right to tell anyone, except for certain people that I've said. Yeah. And even those ones they're under my watch all the time, what they say to other people. Because this place, the Dergah, is under the watch of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah has put His signature everywhere here. It's under the watch of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and awliya Allah, they're coming and they're going. Mistakes that we are doing, that we unintentionally we do, we're not being rebellious, but because we are weak, it is easy for them to cover. But when we become rebellious, we become disobedient, we become shaitanic that time, if we don't stop, if we don't take the warning, they just make one smack to us. And at that time, you go east and west, north and south, you cannot find a cure. So, it is under the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is looking into our heart. What are we being busy with? Into our heart. I'm busy with, I'm just worrying. What are you worrying about? I'm just worrying because I have all these wrong things, thoughts and actions that I've done. I'm just, whole day I'm worrying. I say, good, be worried. I'm worrying. What are you worrying about? I'm worrying whether I'm going to find a job or not, whether it's going to pay me money or not. I say, stop worrying. That is dunya worry. Ramazan is not the time for dunya worry. Ramazan is when the rahmat of Allah, it is raining. You think the one who can rise, give life to the dead, he cannot give you something that is going to sustain you for your life. He has written your rizq. Ya Razak. He has written your rizq before he has created you. Don't worry about that. Worry about other things. Because whatever that you are worrying, it is showing what is in your heart. Whatever that you are thinking always, it is showing what is in your heart. Whatever that you are busy with, that is the worship that you're making. So Allah is looking into our hearts. In this month, you should be a little bit careful. You're saying, I'm so weak, all these things are happening. I say, good, you're weak, you cannot do all those things. Then be busy with something else. Be busy, go out there, be busy with some construction. Be busy with cleaning. Yeah? How does it feel to clean the bathroom? Yeah? You feel very good. I had that job for years. I'm still doing that job. When time to time, it feels very good. It cleans. And I can see, once people start doing that, their face will also change. Because how you're going to change also, and to become better, to become a believer, it is not just reading, reciting, making a zikr, or things that you understand. So many things are happening that you don't understand. We fall into the wrong situations and wrong actions with ways that we understand and ways that we don't understand, correct? So many people do things, so why are you doing it? I don't know. Were you thinking? No, I wasn't thinking. Huh? So when you're going to get fixed too, so many ways, it is not through just with the tongue. So in this month of Ramazan, next half that is going to pass, we are just going to be a little bit more aware when we wake up in the morning. What is in my heart? What am I straight away being busy with? I'm just being busy with waking up and then thinking I have to do this work and this work and this work. Is that work for the sake of Allah? No, it's just for the sake of my family. Be busy with the sake of Allah. Change that a little bit. Because Allah, the one who's taking care of you, can take care of your family too. But Allah is saying, remember me. And try to catch yourself at the times when you are most going to forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why in the tariqat practice, it's not really you're sitting down, you're saying Allah, 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 that you're going to remember Allah. It is when you are going to be busy doing things that is involving just your nafs, or doing things that is involving just this dunya. If you remember Allah in those times, then He's going to be there in your heart. That's why Islam, it is very important, especially in tariqat, when you're eating. When you're eating, not to eat in ghaflat. Not to eat also just putting things in your mouth, looking and joking, but to eat, especially now, once in a while, once a week, you're sitting down with a Shaykh, to eat with taqwa. To begin reciting the Bismillah Sharif, to begin reciting the Fatiha, to take every mouthful, if you can, with Bismillah Rahman Rahim, and we can. What is it that is so difficult for us to do? Shaykh Efendi told a story one time. They served him food one time, and Shaykh Maulana was there, Qaddasallahu Sir. And the food that they were serving, it was off. Everyone who ate it, everyone got sick, except for Shaykh Maulana and Shaykh Efendi. And they asked him, Ya Maulana, you didn't get sick from the food? He says, my son, how am I going to get sick from the food that I eat when with every mouthful I begin with Bismillah Rahman Rahim? And with every chew, I'm reciting the salawat. And with every swallowing it, I'm saying Alhamdulillah. It is not just being mindful. It's easy to be mindful. People talk about being mindful, being aware. But to be mindful for the sake of Allah is something else, and it is never ending. It is never ending. That time, whatever that you're doing, it is remembering, it becomes tafakkur. You're eating, and if you are thinking, and you are thanking your Lord, He may open knowledges that you never thought before. So many knowledges in this way is not because you read or you're trying hard to think something, but because you're doing certain things well and things will just open. It'll just come to you, to your heart, and you say, Allah, Allah, I didn't think of this before. How beautiful my Lord is. So, to put that into our hearts, the remembrance of Allah, you understand now, in the time when we're eating, which is just the animal side of ourselves that is feeding, we're remembering Allah at that time. If you can catch yourself in those times, then in the rest of the times, it is pretty easy. It is not so difficult. It is easy. The one who is remembering his Lord when he's eating, when he's working, when he's doing other things, then that time, the question that you asked weeks ago about namaz, you'll be able, when you are in prayer at that time, to know that your Lord is watching you, you are being with Him, and you're just saying, every word that is reciting is just saying Alhamdulillah. Correct? Every word that we're saying in the namaz is the real meaning, is Alhamdulillah. So that time, you will look forward to the prayer times. You will look forward to be with your Lord and just to say Alhamdulillah without doing anything else, just standing, bowing down, making sajda to Him. Inshallah, that time is going to be easier, because the way of being a believer, it is not how they are teaching us these days. You sign up for a seminar, you sign up for a course, then you can become a believer. You go for conferences, they'll teach you how to become a believer. You give money especially to go to a spiritual retreat, you become a believer. No. If you're not, number one, amongst believers, and number two, your actions, it may be just regular, everyday actions, but putting the belief in there. And if you are not with someone who is going to guide you, anyone who takes money, put a question mark to his faith. Someone who's calling himself spiritual and say, I can teach you these things, but it comes at a price. No. Because Allah is saying, follow those who ask you no fee. Yes, that time you're going to get their heaviness. That time you're going to get their burdens. That time you may get stubbornness. You may get some knowledge also, but the knowledge, it is poison. There's something dirty in that. And your heart will blacken a little bit more. You just being with someone who doesn't know too much, but he's just very humble. Doesn't even know, like Bilal. He doesn't even recite. I don't know if it's Fatiha, he recites it properly or not. But like Shaykh Efendi is saying, I'm not saying. Shaykh Efendi is saying, Allah loves Bilal and Bilal loves Allah. Is he doing? No, he doesn't pick a fight with anyone. Anyone can scream and yell at him. He doesn't say anything. And it's just being nice and easy and being humble. Now, who is going to lose being in presence of someone like that? No one. You're just going to gain. At the very least, you're going to say, Astaghfirullah ya Rabbi, I can never be like this. It's impossible. Just to think that way, you're remembering your Lord, you're asking for forgiveness, and you're praying. It takes you away from ghaflat. Makes you to remember. Yeah? This is the old way. It is not through going conferences or looking at YouTube. This is the old way, the original way.
It's never Google, Sheikh.
May Allah forgive us, inshallah. We are weak, but be with the strong ones. Their strength will rub off. On to you, inshallah. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha.